to see if I know every name and everything by memory, that I will be a failure. Yeah, it's not my thing, but I know how to do things. Yeah, look, this for example. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a part of.
Okay. And what is the block gas limit in Ethereum?
Block gas limit. That's an easy one. You cannot get things very big in Ethereum because the virtual machine is very small. It's like it's funny. It's like programming an old computer. You cannot see this because it's too big. Look here, we got a kind of a block limit, gas limit. The chat is very small. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I I will pass you the interesting things. Wait. For example, this is the kind of things that you do in the with Bitcoin. Yeah. No, I got a lot of code about this. In Ethereum, the virtual machine is, you see, this is things from the Bitcoin command line. I got a full example doing a zero fee transaction and then doing a duplicate transaction. Yeah, it's an interesting thing about Bitcoin. About the Ethereum is a virtual machine is very small, really. Yeah, so there is a limit on what you can do. Yeah, when you use the virtual machine, it's like a pay-per-view model. In this case, is per use. Somehow like an old model for time sharing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the way it's measured is in gas. Yeah, which is a small quantity of Ethereum, and you cannot pass certain limits, and you usually reach those limits, especially with compilation and with loops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Uh, how do you implement an upgradable smart contract in Ethereum?
How you use a proxy? That's an easy one too. You use a proxy. You
And
use
what is proxy?
a contract which does not change and that will pass the transactions to the second contract, and then you can like
Uh,
keep one contract fixed, and the other one you will be upgrading, and nobody will notice because the only address that you publish is the first one. Yeah.
mhm. And how does a proxy do that?
A proxy what? Sorry?
How does a proxy do that internally?
You can keep the address of the second contract inside the first one, and you every time you get call, you call the second contract. It's not really complex.
How exactly?
I got a few examples, but um, haven't done that for a while. But I can do it perfectly. Yeah, I done it before.
Mhm. Okay, let me ask this way. Does a proxy do a standard call or some other kind of call?
No, there is a few special things that you must do.
Which
Uh, I
one?
don't I don't remember exactly. I told you my memory is not very good. I understand things and I got the concepts, but if you want me to know all of the Bitcoin specification and all of the Ethereum specification by memory, I tell you I don't know it, but I know how to do it. Yeah, give me 15
Okay,
minutes and I can publish one. Yeah, if
okay,
you want.
maybe you can say what are pitfalls when using proxies?
Pitfalls, things may change a lot. Yeah, and it may be not possible to keep up. It happened to us. Second, you spend more gas. Yeah, things are more complicated. Yeah,
Hmm.
you will have to it takes longer. to complete, yeah, because it may not all go at once to the blockchain. So depending on the application, if you if you're expecting a lot of speed, it won't be that good. But in many cases, it can go okay. Yeah.
What about smart contract storage in case of Praxis?
Well, we did something. We used in a couple cases an external storage. Yeah, a third contract to handle the storage, because it becomes a bit complicated, because when you change the contract, yeah, if you get all the storage of internal in the contract, then it will be a problem, because usually contracts are not that big in storage, but moving data is expensive in Ethereum. You got to do transaction. So I will recommend a 3 contracts structure, yeah, for those cases. And for some other cases too. I will do a external storage in a third contract. Then you will have no problems. The external storage can most of the times, I will say, you can keep it quiet, yeah, or you can try to keep it quiet, yeah, and not change the storage too much. And then you can change the functions and keep the storage. But if your data structures change, you get a problem.
Okay. How can we, how can we do a fast search for a particular number in an array of numbers in Ethereum? For example,
if you want it to be really fast, you will need to use some indexing before, because searches are not really fast in Ethereum. Yeah. Not so slow, I would say, not desperately slow. But if you need to do search, I will try to make some indexes, yeah, to use some other kind of a structure, yeah, like some mapping that can point you to the right item. No, not doing really a search. That's the way I solve it usually.
Okay, makes sense.
It would be like putting indexes in an SQL database somehow.
Okay. What if we want to search for a range of numbers, say from 100 to 200? It can't be done via mapping, so we need another solution.
Oh, no, I never did that, but probably there's a standard solution.
I mean, where can I find it, or what should we do?
Oh, first search GitHub, search GitLab, search few sites, yeah, couple of sites. Never had that situation of searching for a range, but it's probably solved.
Okay.
Stack Overflow will be a good place to look for. That's the typical places where you can find that.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about EOS a bit. Yeah, I see EOS. Yeah. How can we create a postponed transaction in EOS? How can we do something in future in case of EOS?
No, not by memory. No way. I had Tomab's system to tokenize real estates on EOS, and I get some code, but no, I don't remember that by memory.
Mhm.
This is not the kind of interview when I can be shiny, no? Because you are just asking me things by memory, and I'm not good by memory. I'm very bad. As a matter of fact, I keep everything in writing because I don't have good memory. I'm good at doing, not at answering questions by memory.
Okay, let me think. What can we do? Uh,
What do you need me to do?
so, are you suggesting some kind of testing task?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can.
that's good. That's good. What do you need me to do really in this position?
This position, uh, is about creating architectures for complex blockchain problems. Uh,
Okay,
yeah, and but and of course, coding essential parts of the problems. That is why I am interested. Well, because first of all, I was asking about many blockchains from Bitcoin to EOS because the first question an architect faces is which blockchain suits best for the task at hand. Yeah, that is,
okay,
it is important, for us to understand that the candidate has a good overview, of a landscape.
okay, okay.
Uh, Let me think. Mm, 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 mm. We
I
actually
can do that.
we actually
Yeah.
have a task. Uh, it is a purely programmer task. Uh, the task is uh, to iterate all the strings between two given ones, and this could be done only in case we provide uh, special comparison for strings. So suppose that we define uh, a comparison for strings that has two steps. On the first step, we compare lengths of two strings, and if lengths differ, then uh, the longest string is bigger than the other one, and if the lengths are equal, then we compare the strings lexicographically.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And the task is, to develop in any language, any programming language you like, a program which given two strings of English letters will iterate between these strings and output every string such that the string is bigger than the first one and is smaller, less than the second one.
Okay. And if they are equal, you want to compare if length is equal, you want to compare the strings itself.
In case lengths are equal, we compare strings here itself, like character by character, lexicographically, as usual.
Yeah.
And the task is, to iterate between two strings. So, for example, let me write an example. So, for example, after a x, after that a y, a z, and after that a, I suppose, and after that AAB, and so on.
Yeah.
So, for example, if the task is, to iterate between AX and AAB, then the result would be AY, AZ, and AA. I think you could send the solution with the help of Mustafa, and I will look at the solution and give you a feedback.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your time. I will wait for your solution.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you give me something more complex? Not a first level programming task.
It's quite complex task. Many try. Okay. I have to, after to say, just in case that, of course, the length of the strings are not limited, to 2 or 3. In general, strings
a general case. Yeah.
can be long, and that means that we have an exponential complexity here, and this task, I think, requires quite, careful algorithm.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.